If you're the kind of person that believes that you are the body, and when you die that's it, nothing, it's all over, then this video probably isn't for you. But if you believe that we are so much more than this body, and that we're able to influence our health with our consciousness, the consciousness isn't just a byproduct of our brain. Our brain is probably more a byproduct of our consciousness, if anything. Then keep watching. Welcome to another video. This video I wanted to talk about healing and our ability to heal ourselves. And I don't mean a visit to the doctors to grab a load of pills, although I can't obviously turn around and say don't do that, do whatever you wish to do. But this is more of being able to heal yourself with consciousness of what you are, of what you truly are, which is consciousness, and using that consciousness in such a way that you haven't been taught about before anywhere really. Well, I'm sure plenty of places on the internet, but certainly not in mainstream. In mainstream, I think consciousness is dictated. Consciousness is expressed as a byproduct of the brain. Whereas, you know, if you truly ask a scientist what consciousness is, they wouldn't have a clue, really. But you can, your consciousness. I personally understand that consciousness. I personally know that consciousness survives death. Because I've been there, and so I was a healer before that, although it's really taken off since my near-death experience. The ability to heal yourselves. Now, I had a heart attack back in 2010, and I am supposed to be on tablets now for the rest of my life. And there's six or seven tablets. You've got blood thinners, you've got beta blockers, you've got statins. Even though when I had my heart attack, my cholesterol was 2.3, they still put me on statins. And I guess I took these tablets for about 6 months after my heart attack, and then they just made me feel absolutely terrible. I couldn't exercise, I couldn't think straight, my work was suffering. And so, against my wishes of the GP, and everybody that loves me, I stopped taking my tablets, and here I am nearly 10 years later. It'll be 10 years in a few months' time, and I'm still here, still training, still running, still enjoying life as much as I can at the moment, because of grief has just knocked me sideways. So I wouldn't say I'm enjoying life at the moment, but I'll get back to that enjoyment one day, I'm sure. So how do I do it? I can't tell you what to do, but I can show you how I heal myself when I have an injury, when I have, from being down the gym, people suffer with injuries all the time. If you're an athlete and you're injured, if you've had surgery and you are, in recovery, if you have an illness, an ailment, or whatever, what have you got to lose? This costs nothing, apart from your time in watching this video, and then the time it takes to practice, and it will take practice. It costs nothing. So, without further ado, what I do, I'm a Reiki practitioner, right? But don't let that put you off. You don't have to be a Reiki master to be able to do this. Although I'm probably going against Reiki protocol by saying this, you have the innate ability to heal yourself and others. Right? What do you do if you're a mother or a father and your child falls over, hurts their knee, what's the first thing you do? Is you put your hands on that, and you hurt the shoulder. Oh, don't worry, you put your hands on the shoulder, and immediately you're comforting the child. Your hands heal, all right? And so what's the process of doing that to yourself? You have to be able to, first of all, quieten the mind. All right. Now, you can't control your thoughts completely. You never will be able to. You will always have thoughts. Those thoughts will be completely random, of course. And to say that you can control your thoughts, well, it takes somebody better than me that can do that, because I can't control my thoughts. But what I can do is I can observe my thoughts. I can be separate from my thoughts. So I might have a thought about, I've got to do this, or I've got to pay this bill, or I've got to put the bins out on Friday, or I've got to, whatever it is. I can observe that as opposed to getting involved in it. And that's what I do when I heal myself, or I heal other people. If I'm doing Reiki on someone else and I get a thought, I observe it. So start off by observing your thoughts, because you think. What is it that knows that you think? Become that. Okay, thoughts are very much like a taxi. You can get in and enjoy the ride, or you can watch it go past. That's your first port of call. Practice observing your thoughts and being and finding that silence. That's step one. And I'm doing a whole general video on this now, and I'll do separate videos and meditations on separate stages of this. But I want to give you a general idea of anybody that wants to be able to jump right in and start helping themselves or helping others. Then this is, for me, what works. So quieten the mind and then focus your attention on a body part. So it could be a body part that's injured, okay? Or what could be easier to start with is focus on a body part that you can see. So let's say the palm of your hand. So look at the palm of your hand. Feel the air around the palm of the hand. Feel the space between your eyes and the palm of your hand. And just feel the skin. Get involved in the skin on the palm of your hand. Now bear with me. If you're not used to this and you don't understand it, just bear with me and practice, give it a go. The more attention you give that palm of your hand, all of a sudden it'll start to vibrate. It'll start to tingle. It'll get warmer. It'll get cooler. It'll differ somehow. And you'll feel it. And when you do, that's the precipice right there of your being able to heal yourself, because you focused your consciousness on a single part of your body, and you've proved to yourself that you can do that by the sensation that it gives you. Then what do you do? So you have that sensation in your hand and you can choose to move. So for me, I would put my hand on my heart and heal my heart. And I would just focus on the sensation. Don't focus on the thoughts that come and go, and they will. Just observe them and see them go past. And when you realize that you've got involved in a thought, don't beat yourself up about it. Just bring yourself back to the sensation in your hand and feel that tingling sensation going to where you want it to go. Alternatively, you can have that sensation going in your hand or your finger or wherever you focus on, and then you can move it down your arm, up into your shoulder and around your body. Move it to a place that needs healing. And it will, if you're suffering from an injury, give it a go. What have you got to lose? It will help. For me, it helps, it heals, full stop. If I have a cut, I have a scar on my arm here somewhere from where I cut it down to the bone. And I remember doing it and it was bleeding profusely. And I held it with my hand and I sent healing to it. Healing, Reiki, spiritual healing, healing by numbers, call it whatever you want. Healing is healing, okay? And I know I'll probably get it in the ear now from a lot of spiritual healers or Reiki healers saying that I am blasphemous. if you're able to heal, then you're able to heal. That's it, regardless. Give yourself a label if you want. Gave it some Reiki, held it for about 20, 25 minutes. And the bleeding stopped within a few minutes. And when I took my hand off, no, it wasn't completely healed, and like Jesus had come down, and it was but the cut no longer would have needed stitches. What I did after that is I taped it up, and now I have, it's here. You can't even see the scar. There's a scar there. You can't even see it. I can't even see it. And you'll never see it there, but I have a scar here that I could see the bone. Now you can hardly even see the scar. There's no stitch marks because I didn't have it stitched, even though I should have. If I'd have gone to A&E, I'd have had that stitched. Now, if I get an injury, muscle injury from the gym, I just do the same thing. I get myself into that meditative state where I'm able to observe my thoughts as opposed to be a part of them, and focus that tingling sensation on my injury. And it heals so much quicker. I can't tell you. So consciousness is what we are. We are not this body, but we can use consciousness to heal this body. And in such a way that miracles will, and I'm sure 20 years down the line, when this stuff becomes mainstream, we'll look at our old medical, the way we used to be, our old medical ways, and the way we used to look at them, back 100 years ago, where they're sawing arms and legs off with no anaesthetic, how barbaric that was. I'm sure in 20 years' time, we'll be looking back at this when we've evolved into what we're evolving into, and look back at our medical procedures now and go, how barbaric, how they were, filling the body full of chemicals, and just treating the symptoms as opposed to treating the cause. What I will go over in a later date as well is healing mental health, which is a little different. It involves using the chakras, and I'll get into a meditation about using consciousness to replenish your chakra points, and so they're able to work as they should. Now, I'm not taking anything away here from nutrition and exercise. Good nutrition, good exercise, paramount to health. Okay, you have to have that balance. You can't go and eat crap food 24/7 and then expect to have perfect health. You can't have continually negative thoughts and expect to have perfect health. You can't continually go without sleep and expect to have negative health. You can't continually drink excessive amounts of alcohol and expect to have positive health. So everything in balance, okay? But you can influence your health with your state of mind, with your consciousness. And so give it a go, see what you think. If you're already doing this, or you're a healer, please leave a comment below. Or, if you've tried this, or you're going to try this, and you have success or difficulties or any kind of question, leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.